So out of all the clothes in this world, is this cheap clothes that this woman will buy for me. And as for these foodstuffs, this woman must really think that my husband and I are hungry. I will show you. This is a story of a beautiful girl named Ugoma, who was once filled with laughter and warmth of her parents' love. The love was shattered one fateful day when a horrific motor accident claimed the life of her parents, making her an orphan. Ugoma's once bright eyes dulled with sorrows and her laughter faded into silence. Ugoma was the only child of her parents. This made her lonely, and that made her find solace in Ike, her father's personal assistant. Ike helped Ugoma overcome depression during the most difficult period in her life. They both fell in love and decided to get married. Ugoma handed over the affairs of her father's company to Ike, and everything was going very smoothly. Ike has a brother, Yadili. The two brothers have a very strong bond and can hardly do anything without each other. God has blessed Ike with so much wealth through the help of his wife, while Yadili is still waiting on God while hustling really hard for his own blessings, always supported by Ike, who is the younger brother. One day, Ike decided to involve his brother in his business since he didn't have anything tangible he was doing at that time. Things began to move smoothly for Yadili. That was when he decided to take a wife. Yadili and his brother Ike were relaxing one cool evening in Ike's mansion when Yadili informed his brother Ike that he has found a wife. Ike embraced his brother, congratulating and celebrating the good news. Yadili showed his brother Amma, a very beautiful, elegant lady, whom he met at the supermarket. Yadili took interest in Amma when she returned his lost wallet. One day, Yadili brought his fiancée to introduce to his younger brother in his mansion. Amma was overwhelmed with how beautiful the mansion was looking. In her mind, she feels lucky to be associated with such wealth, knowing fully well that Yadili works for his younger brother Ike. Amma had some good time in the house and was kept company by Ike's wife, who welcomed and loved her at first sight. The wedding day came, and it was a beautiful sight to behold. Ike took care of the expenses and made sure his brother's wedding was talk of the town. Ike also moved his brother from the small house he was staying to a more comfortable house and got him a car to settle for the new tax ahead, while Yadili still works for him. Ike and the wife lived big and traveled abroad for holidays. He made sure his wife had everything she wanted, provided it's within his reach. Each time Amma visits Ugoma, she imagined herself in Ugoma's position, seeing all the wealth at her disposal. After each visit to Ugoma, Amma comes home depressed, and each time Yadili would be curious to know what bothers his wife, and she would end up not saying a word. Amma hangs out with a group of friends with rich husbands, whom she also pretends to that her husband is rich, apparently living a fake life. The festive season came. The two brothers are to celebrate Christmas in the village. Yadili stayed in their father's house, while Ike stayed in his personally built house for Christmas. Amma and Yadili were the first to arrive the village for Christmas before his younger brother and his wife came back. Unlike Amma and Yadili, a lot of people came out to welcome Ugoma and Ike. This made Amma very jealous and was even reluctant to come out and welcome her brother-in-law, who has arrived from the city. Ugoma looked around and didn't see her co-wife, who was in the kitchen pretending not to have heard the noise outside. She decided to go into the house to look for her. Amma, on seeing Ugoma through the kitchen window, ran out and embraced Ugoma with a fake smile, pretending to be happy. When everywhere was settled, and all visitors now gone, Ugomma came with many goodies to gift her co-wife for Christmas. But as usual, Amma finds fault at every slightest opportunity. She pretends to have loved the gift and thanked Ugomma. She began to murmur. In her words, she said, "So out of all the clothes in this world, is this cheap clothes that this woman will buy for me? And as for these foodstuffs, this woman must really think that my husband and I are hungry. I will show you." When the husband Yadili came back from welcoming his brother Ike, Amma showed Yadili all the things that Ugomma brought while criticizing them, but Yadili could not take it. Rather, he cautioned his wife and asked her to appreciate other people's kind gesture rather than being ungrateful. Night came and Amma could not sleep. She woke her husband up and told him that she would like things to work more for them this coming new year. But before that can happen, he would need to stop working for his younger brother. Yadili expressed shock and told his wife that the job he's currently doing under his brother pays him well for his status and even more. He also reminded his wife that he earns enough to make them comfortable, even without a university certificate, that he cannot get it better anywhere because of his level of education. But Amma could not have it. She got infuriated and clapped back at Yadili, saying that he is just a houseboy to his brother. Yadili reminded his wife that he's not in competition with his brother, and also recalled how his wife went all out to buy the exact clothes and bag she sees Ugomma wearing. This went on for a very long time, and Amma became so demanding that it started affecting her husband's income. Sometimes she would go all out to borrow money from friends to buy just to keep up. The husband began to complain, but that didn't yield result. The situation has now grown from just being a competition to hatred. They argued all night and they both went to bed sad. Christmas was over and it was a day before the New Year Eve and also Ugomma's birthday. Ike has planned a surprise lavish birthday party for his wife. Most of the important things like food, drinks were handed over to Amma to organize. Since it was a surprise party, Amma tried several ways to ruin the surprise, but her husband threatened her with consequences if she does that. Meanwhile, Ugomma used the opportunity to visit her maternal home, which is not far from her husband's village. On her return, she witnessed the surprise her husband has organized for her. She was overwhelmed with happiness and grateful to her husband for making her day. Yet another surprise, her husband presented her with a key to a new SUV. That fueled Amma's anger, and she decided to do the unimaginable. Amma took the glass cups meant to be used for toast, marked Ugomma's own, and rubbed poison in it, knowing fully well that she would be the one to provide the toast drinks to the celebrant. While she was committing this abominable act, one of the caterers caught her and secretly filmed it on her phone. While they were about to toast, the caterer dashed into the middle. To everyone's surprise, she insisted that the couple should not drink from the cup, insisting that it was poisoned. Amma tried to argue and shut her up. "What is this lady talking about? I don't know what you're saying. Don't accuse me of what I know nothing about. How do you think I will do such a thing? And to my own sister for that matter." That was when she provided the video evidence. The whole guests shouted in disgust and requested that they call the police, but Ugomma refused. Amma confessed and the party ended. Yadili rushed towards his brother, infuriated about the action of his wife, dragged his wife outside and began to scold her. Ugomma fell on her knees, begging her husband for forgiveness, but Yadili escorted her back to the house in anger. While they were inside, Yadili informed Amma that their marriage was over. Amma cried uncontrollably and begged Yadili. He began to tell his wife the story of how they started their lives in poverty. He further explained to the wife that the money they enjoyed today was as a result of Ugoma's kindness. He went ahead to tell his wife about Ugoma's sad story and how she left her inheritance for his brother Ike. While Amma was still crying, Yadili dashed out of his house and headed towards his brother's house. When he got there, Yadili found Ugoma crying and thanking God for not wiping her family. The incident reminded her of how her parents died in a motor accident and left her alone in this world. Yadili begged Ike and Ugoma, exonerating himself from the wicked act. There, Yadili informed them both that his marriage to Amma was over from then on. While he was still talking, Amma walked in, crying and begging for forgiveness. While she was still kneeling, the police came in. While Yadili and Ugoma wondered who called them, Yadili informed them that he was the one that called the police to arrest his wife. But Ugoma refused and they decided to let the police go. Amma went back to the house, packed her things, and left the house in shame. While she was leaving, she was cursed and mocked by the villagers. Everyone who heard the story refused to carry her in their taxi. She eventually convinced a tricycle driver who accepted to carry her, and she shamelessly left the village. Yadili reconciled with the brother and his wife, hoping and praying that he gets a good woman who will understand and always stand by him.